Greetings everyone, Zannrath here, and welcome back to the Marvellous Miss Take, where last time we spent, like 40 minutes at least, dealing with some issues Harry was going through, like the trauma of him and this particular stage, because of his art gallery showings, 2 times. The first 2 he had, and, all the patrons made fun of him for, his lack of art knowledge. Actually, for some reason, I don't think I ever finished the story about Harry and his schedule. Did I? I don't know, maybe I did. If I did, and I'm repeating myself, that's my apologies, but just a refresher, what did I say last time? That's not a good idea, actually. What was it? He was 10 years old, right? And so 9 to 3 or something. I just remember something about apple juice. 9 to 3, gets home, goes to work at 3:30. Work as in Blackstock, whatever. And he works until 9:30. So he works a 6 Yeah, that's a 6-hour day. Not too bad if you're an adult, 6 hours a day, but for a kid, right? That's pretty messed up. But Blackstock doesn't care. And what else? Oh yeah, so after the first 2 traumatic instances of just being wrecked on his art knowledge, from then on, after he got home, 9:30, 10 o'clock, when I was 10, actually, I don't think I had a bedtime per se. I've always just gone to bed at 10. Just because I have sleep issues. I don't sleep very well. Regardless of what time I go to sleep, I always wake up at it's actually kind of gotten better recently. I used to always wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning. Not just because of for school, on the weekends, during the summer, I do that too. Oh god, this is really dangerous and bad. Look at them camping that. Oh god. How about you go ahead and just go here and investigate that? Thanks, bro. No. Really? Did you bounce it off the wall? Please. Oh my god, he did bounce it off the wall. Why would you... Harry, come on. If you're gonna be throwing this direction, don't I understand you're all about the MLG trick shots and whatever, but if I want you to throw it this direction, there's a reason I want you to throw it that direction. Don't do this and bounce it in that direction. Come on, Harry. You know better than that. You know better than that. I mean, I do like the MLG trick shots. If it worked, that totally would have made it into my highlight reel, but it didn't, so it just wasted time. So let's refrain from those unless you can do the trick shot, man. But yeah, so after Harry got back, for a 10-year-old, 10 o'clock I think is a reasonable bedtime. He would go to bed, he would pretend to go to bed, and this is actually something I did when I was a kid. I would pretend to go to bed, but really I just sit there and read. Yeah, what a nerd, right? Which surprisingly, I don't wear glasses. And reading in the dark. Actually, no, reading. I don't think is there any scientific evidence for that? I need to check PubMed for that or something. But there's the whole old wives' tale thing about if you read in the dark, you're gonna ruin your eyesight or whatever. And I don't wear glasses now. So, and I only did that for come on, only for well, just walk right past him. It's nah, I don't really care. I only did that for a couple of years, so I don't know. Small sample size. 1 person out of 1 doing it and not losing or his eyesight is not a strong. They're not publishable results, I don't think. Oh, just barely. Real quick. Oh god. Oh god. So yeah, he hit the books hard. he memorized, like, everyone from, like from the Dark Ages, like, 1300s, like, European, American, I guess technically Native American. Like, he even knew Native American artists in the 1300s. That's how hardcore he was. Like, Asian, Middle Eastern, African, like, he knew, like, he was literally the encyclopedia of art history, people, places, names, things, art styles. Like, he was so hardcore in learning this material. He even took a couple, like, online classes from the University of Texas on art, and I swear, and he did this for, like, I'm not gonna do that, a good couple years, right? Like, I'm surprised he doesn't have a PhD out of, like, all this. Of course, I get caught there. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Harry ended up at the age of 10. A couple years. Let's say 13, right? That's a little. I was gonna say that's kind of fast for a PhD, considering you also have to do, like, a research thesis and all that stuff. But Harry was just prodigal. He was a doctor, a PhD doctor, at 13, and, like, in art history. Like, he didn't even specialize in it. He just knows everything about art history. Like, that's how hardcore he was after being mocked and ridiculed by those patrons. That's how hardcore Harry was. I mean, I really apply. I don't think, like, when I was 10, I for sure could not have started a PhD at that age. But Harry, like when you are just, like, pushed against the wall and, like, just repeatedly being pummeled in the face, because that's what they're doing. They're just mocking him to his face. That really pushes, like, that really drives something deep down inside. And so he turned that into a PhD in 3 years, at the age of 13, no less, from University of Texas, which I don't know how good their art program is, but, like, still, for a 13-year-old, that's impressive. Like, you can't deny it. So yeah, that's the story of, are you kidding me? Okay, that's fine. Sure, we'll play that way. Alright. Am I really gonna be spending, like, an hour on this stage? There must be some deep-seated, backstory to this, if they're really making me play this level this long. So what was the other story that I'm trying to, okay. What's the other story that they were trying to get me to catch on to? It was Daisy's sister. So there's some sort of connection between Harry and Daisy's sister. Harry is older. He is older, than Sophia. Actually, he's a little bit older. I'm gonna say, like, Sophia's probably, like, in her early mid-20s. Harry is probably, like, late 20s, early 30s. Daisy is, like, I think I said she's just 16, right? Something like that. So I'm gonna get caught. Oh, really? I didn't get caught. That's cool. Go ahead and look at that wall real quick. Oh god, I'm gonna get caught right. Nope. Oh, come on. Please. Okay. How much older did I say Daisy's, sister? I think I said she was, like, 7 or 8 years older. So if Daisy's 16, that puts her in her mid-20s. She's basically the same age as Sophia. That makes sense. Yes. Wait. Yeah, okay, that makes sense, because that means that when Harry was playing Kit Can and, you know, broke the window of Blackstock's gallery on, what is it, Beak Street, I think it was? I think it was Beak Street, right? Or was it Martin Street? I really don't remember. One of those streets. That meant Sophia would have been, like, 4, 5-ish. And would that have been creepy? Would it be creepy for a 10-year-old to be, like, kind of crushing on a 4 or 5-year-old? I mean, okay, I'm not. So back then, like, when he saw her, it wasn't like love at first sight per se. Like, they wouldn't realize it until much later, I suppose. Like this little thing between them. He just knew that there was something special about that girl that they would probably meet at some point again, and they ended up meeting. Where's the other guard? He's like way there, like he's like jerking off in the corner there. Seriously. I'm gonna try to get this guy out here. And now he's gonna come over here. He's gonna hit that corner and then boom. Come on. Alright, now I'm gonna try to get him back over here. That placement is actually not too bad. Hopefully this laser will... Ugh! Please! If only Harry was faster. But, you know, then you wouldn't have all this time to slowly walk around looking for clues about Daisy's sister. So yeah, so the ages work out, I think, for everything. Oh, God. Oh, no, you're not supposed to go around that way. Oh, you saw me. So the ages work out, so... So I guess, I don't know. What happened with Harry and Daisy here? That's so important that I have to stay here for another, like... I'm gonna try to put this placement a little bit better. I think this placement is a little bit better. Alright, do you wanna, like, go pay attention to something over there, maybe? Oh God, really? Because I think I'm approaching like an hour spent on this level, so there must be something really important going on. I don't know. What happened here with Daisy's sister and Harry? Let's see, can I get him to check that out? Oh God. Can you just go back to masturbating in the corner? It actually helps me out a great deal. It kind of takes you out of the equation. Get him right there. Okay. Go ahead and try to get him. Okay. This is gonna go away. Okay, I guess it doesn't want to go away. I was kind of rushing it because I don't think he was going to stay there for that long, and that laser was supposed to disappear, but it didn't. See, like that, it usually disappears, but I guess that time I didn't. Okay. Forgot they can see around corners sometimes. Which is ironic, because like in a lot of other games, like stealth-based games, where you have the mechanic to peek around corners, for some reason like, people can't see you when you're peeking around a corner, right? Nope. Oh, okay. That's fine. Okay. Okay, even though taking a break from this and all that stuff... God. Taking a break from this has not changed anything about this level. I still need to figure out this story before they'll let me move on. So what happened here with Daisy and Harry? Daisy's sister, rather, and Harry. Can't you just, like, walk me through this game? Like, isn't there, like, a thing where it's like, oh, you've been on this level for, like, an hour now, like, just have this hint, like, here, we'll just spell the story out for you. God. Let's get him over here. I almost forgot about the corner there. Let's get him over here, actually. Can I get him over there? Please go this way. Nope, that's wrong. But okay, that's fine. As long as I not get caught. Okay, it was coming... Oh god. Oh god. Please no. Look over there. Alright, let me get my ball. Wow, I was skirting that laser so hardcore. I don't know how I didn't get caught. Can I get him? Oh! Ugh! He saw me through the grating. Okay. I thought I was going to be able to put that guy into the corner. I guess no one puts Griff in the corner. Nope. Actually, Griff, you want to come to this corner real quick? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Oh, God. Didn't put him into the corner well enough. Alright, want to come into this corner, like, right here, actually, I think? That's probably pretty good. Oh, come on. Alright, so he's over there. And he's gonna go ahead and almost... He was baiting me. Yeah, should have known. I guess, yeah, I'm not going to be able to move on until... Yep, baiting me. See, I baited him into the bait. I'm not gonna be able to move on until I figure out what's going on with, Harry and Daisy's sister. Oh! Wait, I think I figured it out. So Harry used to date this girl. Let me, real quick, before I, of course, the grading. Yeah, Harry used to date this girl. And it was kind of a number of years ago. It's kind of a number of years ago, and he doesn't quite remember her name. It was like Jennifer or like Jenny or something. Maybe it's not even a Jen name, but yeah, and he took her, like, he was, crap, like, he was in, she was like pretty, what's the word, nubile, I guess, maybe? Nope. Almost got baited there. So she was kind of young, like 18, 19 maybe. He was like in his early-ish, mid-ish 20s. Come on. That's for you, man. Oh, you're playing, what's it called? Like, soccer football now? Instead of, American football? I thought these lines counted as being in them. I mean, he's not in it now, but he was earlier. Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, go ahead and just check out that corner real quick. Well played. So you used to date this girl. Oh! Every time I'm like, oh my god, I'm home free. The guy's just yanking it in the corner. Nope. As soon as he's like, I guess that kind of makes sense. Like, if you're yanking it in the corner in a public space for whatever reason, if you hear something, you're probably gonna be a little bit more on alert than if you're not. So I guess it kind of makes sense that when he's in the corner, like, as soon as I come through this corridor, he's like, oh my god, someone's coming! Stop! Or, stop yanking it. Just put it away real quick. And then go check it out and be like, nope, totally not masturbating in this corner right now. And I'm like, okay. You didn't have to, like, if you just completely ignored me, I wouldn't really care. I'm just gonna walk past with this painting. It would have been all good. So let's go ahead and try that strat again. Actually, no, he's walking away. Oh, God. Waited too long for that. That actually was a pretty decent opportunity. Can I maybe... Alright, cool. Alright, so we gotta watch out for this guy yanking it, and this guy checking out things through the peeping through the window there. Okay. Oh, God. Now he's mad that I called him out on jerking it in public. Okay. Hopefully this guy won't camp as much as he did last time I got into this position. He's over there. That's good. That's good. Oh, it's coming back. It's coming back. So yeah, he used to date this girl. Harry, that is. And their first date, crap. He took her to his art showing, because he's an artist, and the ladies dig that kind of stuff. Oh god. Please. I've picked up on this story, just let me finish this now. Alright? Oh god, is this really happening? I actually figured out this story. Please, elevator. Thank god! Alright. Oh crap, that wasn't the... Wait, was that the floor that I was struggling on? That was the floor. Oh crap, there's a second... I forgot there's a second one. Wait, hold on, was I struggling on this map or the other map? Or this floor? No, it was the other floor. Okay. Okay. It's because I didn't finish telling them. Yeah, okay. I mean, that's fine. Is there anything over here? No, there's not. So this room is totally null and void now. Okay. So, this girl he's dating, like the first date he took her on, was his art showing, right? And, like, you know, this is like he's in his mid-20s now, I think, right? So this is like 15 plus years, or 15 or so years, 10 plus years, since his little incident. And, you know, he has his PhD in art history from, University of Texas. And he's had that for a long time now, actually, right? So, where's the exit? I mean, it's right there. Okay, so, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do with this guy. Anyways, come on. You know you can hear it. Come this way. Thank you. And just gonna wait for this thing to pass. And then we run over here. And we sneak. Oh god. Yeah, I wasn't fast enough to hit either the blind spot or the little podium pedestal thing. Anyways, so yeah, first dates, his art gallery showing thing, and she's like really impressed, right? Because she likes art, she loves art history. She was going to attend, like she was enrolled in University of Texas. She was also planning to major in art history, and so you know she really dug him because he had a PhD in art history and he was an actual artist. So but that's not the only reason. She liked him for him, but that's kind of why she was attracted to him at first, and then it turned out he was a really good guy. Like he is, right? Like I told you, he's really concerned. He's really considerate, worried about people. Wants to do his best to help them out whenever he can. You know, that whole thing about Daisy. That's why he spent so much time in that bottom floor when, the whole thing was really about Daisy, not him per se. I forgot that I didn't see that. I forgot there was a thing here. I did see it, but I just forgot that it was going to build a block this line of sight for me. Get him over here. Let's see if he's going to go this way or that way. That way. Let me get him over here then. Don't think I can hit that. So, he's dating this girl. They're going out for a while, and she's oh crap! I think I messed it up for myself. The timing of the camera and the laser didn't quite line up as well as I'd hoped, but this part is by far easier than the previous floor, or the bottom floor of this map. But yeah, so they're dating, right? And they're getting to know each other, and she says that she's from England, right? Like from some undisclosed location, because I don't know many English places. I think I listed off a couple not last time, but in a previous segment. But yeah, so she's an English girl, and he asked, he's like, you know, like, why'd you decide to come over? And it's like, she's like, you know what? My parents moved over when I was younger, but I stayed back in England to to finish school before I moved over. You know, I plan to go to go back to I plan to go to America to be with my family, and I'm gonna get caught. Oh my god, how did I not get caught? I'm not gonna make this. The camera's gonna get me. Oh my god. Yep. The laser would have gotten me either way. I had to do something, because otherwise I would have been caught by the guard either way. And he's like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like he asked about her family. She's like, you know, I have a younger sister and all that stuff, but she didn't mention anything about actually at this point, okay, I think I kind of ruined it, right? It turned out to be Daisy's sister, or we think, right? Because there are a lot of people that are British that come to the U.S. And I'm sure there's a subset of them. Really? I'm sure there's a subset of them who have family who came here first, and then they wanted to finish school before they came. So you never know. You never know, right? And he asked her about her sister, and she's like, yeah, she's really into like, oh crap. What do hips, like, she really likes Starbucks coffee. She listens to, and you can tell how hip I am, insert random hipster band here. She liked Macklemore, I guess. I don't know, is Macklemore hipster? He's kind of hipster, right? He's from Seattle. They're all hip there. She liked Macklemore before the whole, like, Can't Hold Us, Thrift Shop, White Walls, Same Love. She liked him way before all those songs. Yeah, like that was his sister, and he's like, do you live with them now? And she's like, you know, it's kind of a hard situation. Like, I came here to be with my family, but right now things between us aren't really that great. And he's like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, if you want to talk about it, I'm always here for you and all that stuff. And she's like, yeah, I know, I really appreciate it, and I thank you, but I'm just not ready to talk about it quite yet. And oh, please. And Harry, being the sensitive guy he is, he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna press you on the topic. And yeah, it didn't work out, unfortunately. She really didn't say like why. Like, she broke up with him. It was like a serious crap. It was like a legit one. It wasn't like she didn't text him or like break up with him through email. It was, or whatever. Like, they met for coffee, Starbucks. Actually, no, not Starbucks. They're not hip enough for that. Harry actually does kind of look hip with his, like, is it really like a kerchief or something like that? I don't know. I don't think he is. I don't even know what a kerchief is, but it's a handkerchief, right? But you just call it a kerchief because you put it on your neck or something. But yeah. So, like, it was, like, she just said, like, it was actually kind of mysterious because she was like, you know, like, I'm just at a point in my life right now where I can't be in a relationship, and, like, I can't really explain it, but I can't ask you to ask me why. And he's like, and, the whole, like, it's sad and all that stuff and whatever, and, like, it's mysterious why they had to break up, right? Because, and she never explained it to him, because, and I'm gonna let you in on it just because I kind of already know the backstory a little bit, but it was because, it had to do with, the gang, right? The Clifton, they were actually starting up, an American branch, because remember, it's a British gang, musical gang, and they heard about, like, the West Side Story and all that stuff, the Sharks and the Jets, and they were all like, yo, we gotta get on that turf. And, like, okay, let's start an American branch. And so, like, she thought she could fake her death in England, and get away from this life. Like, she didn't want that life for herself anymore. Like, she realized when she got, like, graduated from high school, it's like, this is not, like, I want to have a family, I want to go to college, like, start a career, have a family, and like, this is not the life for me. I gotta get out of this. And then, so that's why she had to like finish stuff up before moving to America. Like, so she worked her way up. Like, you had to be 18 to do a hit, because they're like they're pretty moral. They're not like they're not like the, I don't know, like the Taliban. I don't know. They're not, they don't condone kids carrying out these acts of violence and stuff like that. So let's hope he doesn't swing his head around. I think that's Griff, right? So she had to wait until she was 18 to go on her first hit mission and then fake her death. And so, oh god, that was barely, I almost got caught there. Alright, we did it. Finally, thank you. It only took like more than an hour to complete this freaking map. And most of it was spent on the bottom floor. Okay, so let me finish the story that we're gonna call it, because, I don't know, I'm just too tired of making up stories now. So that's why she had to wait till she was 18. She came here to the US, and, like, her parents and Daisy heard about her, like, and so she couldn't just all of a sudden be like, yo, what's up? I'm actually alive. I just faked my death, because, I was in a gang. Because they didn't know about that. Well, Daisy kind of did, right? But, like, her parents didn't know about that, so she had to, like, lay low for a little bit and, like, figure out a way to, like, tell them and, like, kind of build up the confidence to tell them, like, what happened in her life. And so then she, like, so that's why she had to disappear, because the Clifton gang was starting a branch in the US, and she's like, you know what, I can't be dating this public figure, because, I mean, to be honest, Harriet was kind of getting famous. Like, I mean, most artists don't get famous, like, hugely famous until, they've passed away. But Harry was actually, like, people were actually starting to kind of notice him. And also, it was partly because Blackstock was promoting him so hard, to get the monies off his work, for the patrons to come in and look at his art. So like, she couldn't kind of, like, he wasn't really a celebrity, but, like, she really couldn't be in a situation where, she might possibly be, like, come into the public light. And also, she didn't want to hurt Harry by dragging him into this drama that she's in, right? Like, her mess and stuff like that. So that's why they had to break up. But Harry didn't know that, and so, like, the first art showing that he took her to on their first date was actually back there in whatever it was called, Berners Street. Like, come full circle, right? Like, 15 years prior, or whatever, 10, 15 years prior, he was, like, sweating through his blazer, and then all of a sudden, and then, next he meets, this girl, he takes her on this date, at the place where it all started, and so, because he thought it would be romantic and all that stuff. So, like, it's been a long time, and, like I said, he can't even remember her name, like, very clearly. It's Claire, by the way. I don't know how he got Jen. Like, for some reason, he thinks, like, Jen or Jennifer or whatever. Her name was actually Claire, Daisy's sister. Actually, no, hold on. It has to be another flower, right? Her name was... I'm gonna sit on that. I'm gonna come back with a better name. A flower-based name. I don't want to call it Rose, because that's just too easy, right? But yeah, so... He didn't quite, like... He couldn't really remember her that well, and then all of a sudden, being back there, along with the trauma of his first two art showings, remembering their first date, he was like, wait, hold on. Like, Daisy is, like, talking about all this stuff about, like, her older sister, and how she's like, wait, hold on, maybe she actually is alive. I thought, maybe that's the case. In her little abandonment episode, whatever, like, however many episodes ago that was. He remembered all that, and he was like, wait, this girl actually kind of sounds like Daisy's sister. And that's why he was, like, all tripped up on that first map. So, anyways, that's the end of story time. Hopefully I won't suck as much on other levels, to the point where I have to, again, go back and cover up my poor gameplay with hopefully exhilarating storytelling. It's probably not even that good. You're just like, you suck less at the game, man. I'm like, I'll try next time for you. But yeah, so that's the story of how Harry and Daisy are connected, kind of now, through this kind of third mysterious link, that is Daisy's sister. So, next time, It's more like legit actual story because we're gonna go and do this with Sophia and open up hopefully chapter 5. Hopefully these levels won't be as hard as this last one was. Oh my god. So, yes, next time hopefully we'll get into chapter 5. So, until then, thank you for watching. Bye.